when you're making a series all about size, then at some point you're going to want to make things bigger. But how do you bring the impossible to life?
Here we are in Johannesburg, where Loco VFX are located, and they are busy working on an extremely large number of VFX shots with CGI for the show. Come this way. It's all happening in here, looking how it needs to. It's a team working away on all sorts of shots, from giant dogs to giant redwood trees. This is where it's all at.
VFX is pretty important to this kind of show because we're setting up huge ideas and really big comparisons that would be impossible to show in camera. You have to use animation and visual effects to try to illustrate the point.
It took a talented international team of writers, filmmakers and animators months of collaboration to build a world where the normal rules of scale just don't apply.
Right, that's what I want.
Making real objects look bigger by using visual tricks, like camera angles, miniaturized props and green screen technology. But eventually that's no longer enough. Because as the programs show, there's only so much you can supersize things before they stop working. And when that happens, it's time for a redesign.
The question the show poses is obviously why size matters. I think it's so much fun to pose that question to an object that affects all of us. So many people have pets, and what would happen if your pet was the size of an elephant? To make a normal sized dog look bigger, we basically had to take our cues from the science department in terms of what would happen. We went and imagined what a big dog would be, you know, the size of an elephant or even bigger. And as you see in the show, they lose their fur, it would also have giant ears. And so basically what we had to do was on set, take lots of reference to the real dog, lots of photographs and measurements, and then we basically sculpted our visualization of the bigger dog from that. And then to bring that to life, had to give it a skeleton, muscle system, realistic fur for whatever fur is left, and the end result, we hope, won't look too grotesque and will have one paw still in reality.
And it wasn't just animals getting the supersized treatment. Our main human character Joe was also up for a redesign.
Hi, my name is Bradley Gopal and I'm the assets creator for the visual effects side of things. What that basically means is I create the look and the feel of how everything is, all the 3D meshes and objects, the planets, the stars, the props, etc. I'm currently working on Big Joe, so he is the mutated version of Small Joe. So for Man Joe, which is the small version, right, he was scanned basically into a 3D mesh, so they came with the textures and everything. But for the Big Joe, I actually have to go and 3D sculpt him because it's not a preset, it's more custom.
The normal sized Joe model is morphed into an ambling giant with a huge chest and ears, thick set limbs and a slow, heavy gait. So we've made pets the size of dinosaurs and people the size of buildings, but we didn't stop there. We wanted our audience to experience the biggest things in the universe.
One of the fun things we do is we imagine replacing our sun, which we all see every day, with possibly the biggest thing that's ever existed in the history of time and space, a giant blue star from the very early universe. And we interviewed an amazing scientist whose theoretical models show that it would actually have been 1,000,000 times bigger than our sun. And so we play the trick of what if that was our sun and see what happens. It's not good, I'll tell you that much.
As well as being a disaster for humanity, these enormous stars proved quite a handful for our animators as well.
I would say one of the new experiences for the team is working with huge scales the way we do. I mean, We have examples where our sun is compared to other stars in the galaxy that are 100,000 times bigger. And that sounds great on paper, but trying to visualize that is really difficult and quite a challenge. And that's certainly something we've never faced before. For example, the moon orbits around the Earth at about 10 times the Earth's diameter. And that's actually quite far. You could fit every planet in our solar system between the Earth and the moon. So to visualize these massive scales and keep it interesting and engaging was really one of the biggest challenges in the show.
It seems making things big is a big challenge, but one that hopefully will be worthwhile.